So David Allman here, today talking to you about a pedal from TC Electronic. Today we're going to talk about TC Electronic's Hall of Fame pedal. The Hall of Fame is part of TC Electronic's Toneprint Series, which allows you to download presets designed for the machine by the artist of your choice directly via USB. And now you can actually beam these presets with your iPhone. More on that later. The Hall of Fame is a true bypass pedal, which means that when deactivated, there's no weird sounds coming out. The signal is going to go through the pedal directly, unprocessed. The pedal can be used in stereo, which means that you can output the signal of your guitar through the pedal into two different amps, for example. The pre-delay allows you to set this pedal to echo your signal right away with a short pre-delay, or use it in long pre-delay so that the effect comes into effect a little bit after the signal of your guitar hits the pedal. The decay is going to determine the length of the reverb. You can determine the amount of effect you want to hear. The tone is going to emphasize certain frequencies. Lower frequencies for a darker type of sound, and higher frequencies for a crisper type of sound. The beauty of this pedal is that it actually comes with 10 different types of reverbs, allowing you to simulate the acoustic characteristics of different types of rooms. The room setting gives you the type of reverb you would get in a small furnished room where your sound echoes against the walls. The hall setting simulates a larger room, so the sound is going to take longer to bounce off of the walls or the ceiling, and it's going to give you a broader type of reverb. The spring setting simulates the type of reverb that you would get off of the spring reverb found in vintage amps. The plate reverb is similar to the spring reverb, but it's a little bit broader, a little bit longer, and that simulates the type of reverb that you used to get prior to digital reverbs, where they would use large metal plates to create the reverb effect. The church setting is going to simulate a very, very large room where the reverb echoes against different surfaces, and it's a very long, broad reverb. This is good if you want something a little bit more than the hall reverb. The mod reverb is quite interesting. It adds modulation to the effect. So not your dry signal, but only to the reverb. And you're going to get a modulation on that reverb. Really interesting sounds can come out of the mod setting. The lo-fi is a lo-fi setting, so it's not going to sound as crisp as all the other reverbs that you get there. It's going to be dirtier, it's not going to be as good as the others, but you might want to consider that type of reverb if you want to create something different and just make a statement. If you want to simulate the type of reverb that you would get in a bathroom, the tile reverb is the one for you. The tile is going to reflect your sound directly. It's quite a small room with really straight surfaces, and that's the type of reverb you're going to get with the tile reverb. The AM setting, or the Ambience setting, is going to add a very short, subtle reverb to your sound, ideal to bring life to your very dry tracks. Finally, we have the gate setting. The gate setting is a reverb that was used typically on drum tracks in the 80s, especially on the kick drums and the snare drums. you know, those very short reverbs that you would hear on the 80s drum tracks. You can use that on your guitar to create something different, unique, short, but cool. It's true that most amps come with a built-in reverb. Not all of them, but some of them. Some great built-in reverbs, some not so great. But the beauty of the Hall of Fame is that it lets you explore different types of reverbs. It really does add a lot to your sound. If you're serious about your sound and want to add some ambient effects, the Hall of Fame might be the pedal for you. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching this video review. I'll see you next time. Until then, salut!